Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on oxides. In our last lesson, we learned about inorganic compounds. We learned that they are compounds that consist of mineral constituents of the earth or are generally found in non-living things. We learned that with a few exceptions, inorganic compounds do not contain carbon. We also learned that inorganic compounds can be classified in terms of their composition. We can group them in terms of the metals they contain, the non-metals they contain, or the groups they contain, such as sulfates, nitrates, or carbonates. In today's lesson, we will define the term oxide and identify some examples of oxides. We will also focus specifically on acidic oxides. We will define them and learn how to prepare and test them. Students, are you ready to begin? Oxygen is an element that reacts directly with nearly all elements. These compounds of oxygen are known as oxides. Oxides are binary compounds that contain oxygen and any other element, which could include metals, nonmetals, or metalloids. Binary compounds are those that consist of only two elements. Some examples of oxides include calcium oxide, aluminium oxide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide. Students, please note that there are a few elements that do not react with oxygen. These include the noble gases and metals that are inactive, such as gold, platinum, and palladium. Oxides are classified in terms of their chemical behavior. These classifications include acidic oxides, basic oxides, amphoteric oxides, neutral oxides, and peroxides. Students, let us do an activity. In a moment, you will see a list of compounds. Please decide whether each compound is an oxide or not.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. Were you able to identify each compound as being either an oxide or not? Let us go through them all together. The compounds A, B, D, and F are all compounds. Therefore, tetraphosphorus hexoxide, water, gallium-3 oxide, and sodium oxide are all oxides, and potassium hydroxide and sulfuric acid are not. Let us continue our lesson by discussing acidic oxides. Acidic oxides are the oxides formed by the chemical combination of oxygen with non-metals. Therefore, acidic oxides are classified as non-metal oxides. Another name for this type of oxide is acid anhydrides. They are called this because they form acidic solutions when they react with or dissolve in water. The term acid anhydride means acid without water. Some examples of acidic oxides include carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. While mostly all acidic oxides are oxides of nonmetals, it is important to note that not all nonmetal oxides are acidic oxides. Carbon monoxide and dinitrogen monoxide are both examples of non-metal oxides that are not acidic oxides. Rather, they are both neutral oxides. We will be discussing neutral oxides in a following lesson. Let us learn about the chemical properties of acidic oxides. As we discussed earlier in this lesson, when acidic oxides react with water, they form acidic solutions. Thus, an acid anhydride plus water reacts to form an acid. For example, when carbon dioxide reacts with water, carbonic acid is formed. When dinitrogen trioxide reacts with water, nitrous acid is formed. When sulfur dioxide reacts with water, sulfurous acid is then formed. Students, as you can see in this video, when carbon dioxide dissolves in water, it produces an acidic solution. The pH level of the solution also drops dramatically. As an interesting side note, students, an increasing level of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is making ocean water more acidic. When acidic oxides react with basic or metallic oxides, they form salts. Students, in a moment, you will be provided with two combinations of an acidic oxide and a basic oxide. On a piece of paper, please complete the balanced equation and show which salt is formed by the reaction.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. I am sure you had no trouble with this activity. If you wrote that carbon dioxide and sodium oxide react to form sodium carbonate, then you are correct. You were also correct to write that when sulfur trioxide and calcium oxide react, calcium sulfate is produced. Good work, everyone. Let us discuss one more chemical property of acid oxides. When acidic oxides react with bases, salt and water are formed. This reaction is known as a neutralization reaction. For example, when sulfur dioxide and sodium hydroxide react, sodium sulfite and water are produced. When carbon dioxide and lithium hydroxide react, lithium carbonate and water are produced. In today's lesson, we learned about oxides. We learned that oxygen reacts with most elements and forms compounds that are referred to as oxides. We learned that oxides are binary compounds that contain oxygen and any other element, which could include metals, nonmetals, or metalloids. We also discussed about acidic oxides, which are oxides formed by the chemical combination of oxygen with non-metals. Acidic oxides react with water to form acids, with basic oxides to form salts, and with bases to form salts and water. This brings us to the end of our lesson for today. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.